No, mental health in an unequal world, which literally means the world has acknowledged that the mental health services and awareness is very unequal in the world. COVID has taught us how mental health is important, and it has put back the spotlight on mental health this year. For us as a young inclusive organization which works with communities like LGBTI individuals, young people living with HIV, young people living with psychosocial disabilities, and young people who use drugs and orphans, we do not have our own support system. But we hope that from this year on, the services would be inclusive and it will be more affordable and accessible to everyone. Regarding while I was growing up and also the place that where I am from, mental health was one big issue because of the conflict and because of the militarization and the isolation of how we were raised up. But definitely it was not the most important issue because we had bigger issues like citizenship. We had bigger issues like access to education, access to basic things. So many of the people live with post-traumatic stress disorder, intergenerational trauma. As a young person myself, and many people whom I work with, it still haunts us. I always talk about this, like how we are culturally and socially very different than other parts of the country. That's why there is a lot of inequalities also happening. That other majority of the persons and people do not acknowledge the diversity, and they feel like if we are in India, it should be one India, one model, but it never happens. It has failed again and again. So it's time that we have to acknowledge and localize the context of the work that we are doing. And for regions like Manipur and other places in the margins, we need to have more resources, we need to have more attention paid to them. Otherwise, the goals of Sustainable Development Goal 2030, that leaving no one behind, will not happen. We largely work with young LGBTI individuals in Manipur and across northeastern states. So what is happening with the community is that one, there are multiple layers of discrimination and multiple layers of barriers to access the healthcare services or whatever basic rights that they deserve. We are not considered as migrant population because mostly what we see as migrant population are those unorganized labor works. But many young people from Northeast, many young people from Manipur, they live the state because we do not have basic facilities of jobs or good education facilities or security. So many people move out from the state. But when COVID happened, in the first 2-3 months, more than 60,000 young people reverse migrated to our state, overwhelming the already overburdened health structures, health systems in the state. And among this were many population who identify themselves as LGBTI individuals and also young people who are living with HIV. And these people had created a safe space and support system in the cities where they were. But the biggest challenge came when they had to come back home and they had to go back into the closet again. And they were unable to access the safe spaces. They were unable to access the support system because they didn't know anyone here. And many young people had stopped taking medications for HIV. Many young people had stopped going to clinics to have health checkups. Their medicines ran out because the post office even stopped working. Many of them had been kicked out from their jobs because there was an angle of racism which came in during COVID, where the people from Manipur and Northeast region were called Corona. So it was just not one component which we were facing, and many LGBTI individuals, home is not always a safe place. So there are a lot of structural barriers if we count for young people population. The work that we have been doing in the last more than 3 years was through fundraising, was through crowdfunding, and I used my story as a foundation of this work. The organization's one data, and I literally say that I am not a data, and I am more like a person with feelings and abilities. So definitely, our work focuses more on lived experiences rather than using people or young people as data for processing. So we work in a lot of intersections around sexual health, reproductive health, mental health. We use sports as a tool for furthering issues about gender and sexuality. We run a helpline number with Parivala Health Initiative. They support our mental health program. when we talk about Maitram, Maitram was started as a co-working space, a safe space for young people to access basic things like internet, basic things like electricity, basic things like, having a safe space is a privilege for many people. But for many people in such areas like ours, they cannot access internet properly because the speed is so low and it's not free. We are also capacity building, we are also doing advocacy, we are also doing research. So we are doing a lot of things at one time because we had nothing. And now we see that there is a lot more work to be done. So it will take a long time, but we definitely need help and support for that.